my loves, welcome back to the channel. It's a girl Vermore, and today I am super excited. I'm going to be reacting to a new video, and we have "You haven't even built a career, have you?" Whoa. Douglas Murray's role with journalists. Okay, what exactly is going on here? I can't wait to find out. But before we get started, we have some amazing people watching us for the first time. If you are new here, hello, I'm Vera. I do reaction videos with 2 different artists on here. We have 2 different songs from all over the world. If it is something that you love, why not join Vera City? Hit the subscribe button below, turn on the post notification bell so that you can always be the first person to know whenever a new video drops. And that, guys, let's go.
The schools should not be tolerating
but the schools are not.
A teacher should not be saying, if you believe that women have vaginas and men have penises, you have to leave the school. That is complete nonsense.
I don't understand.
No, in this particular case, the Telegraph cited this handful of examples. They were by teachers, individual teachers. They were not school policy. And in at least one case, the school disowned the teacher and the policy and said that it wouldn't happen again.
But what about this case in Rye College?
Well, yeah, I'm sure there are some examples of excesses, but on the basis of those exceptions, you can't make a generalized attack upon the school system and suggest that all our kids are being propagandized in this way, because it's simply not
When you hear
happening.
that teacher, I think, to bring Douglas back in, when you hear that teacher, there's clear evidence of what we've all been fearing has been going on, which is a teacher caught on tape literally spewing nonsensical gender ideology propaganda.
But one teacher?
Yes,
only one
the way,
teacher out of tens of thousands?
Well, hang on, one teacher caught on tape.
think,
right? There have been many other instances of this being reported, but no one's actually had it on tape. It's a bit like, I would liken it to the Partygate scandal, when we finally got a video of the people having what was clearly a party. There have been lots of rumours about it. So now we have a teacher clearly on tape doing this
But
stuff.
it's not official school policy.
If I may,
Schools across the country are
Well,
not,
she's still, to
I'm
my
not
knowledge,
sanctioning this.
she is still working at that school. Douglas.
If I may, first of all, Ava rather unfortunately misspoke earlier when she said that the schoolgirl in question was acting out of fallacy. I think you meant a fantasy, but actually she is acting out of fallacy.
Thanks ever
a
so
fallacy.
much. But do you know what I find
fascinating? You're right with fallacy.
Do you know what's fascinating about
which
Douglas?
has been propagated. A fallacy which has been propagated by gender ideologues and is doing profound damage to gay people, among others, in our society, as well as women.
Like
and let me explain very quick. Let me explain very quickly why. I can't quite hear you. I can hear you muttering something. Let me quickly explain why. A poll that just got published in the United States showed that among the general population, support for gay marriage has been starting to decline in the last year. Why is that? It's because the arguments that actually brought about liberal rights for all minorities in the last few decades have started to get turned on their head and turned against people. What is the source of that? It is the gender ideology movement. What is the tripwire for the general public? It is children. It is people learning that their children are being taught nonsensical things. It is being seen by the wider public, most of whom are heterosexual and don't need to identify as cis or anything else. It is being seen from that vantage point as the LGBTQIA plus movement losing control of itself. And so a backlash is starting. And the backlash is coming because people are lying to children and are using children for medical experiments. There's nothing funny about that. There's nothing that should cause levity in that. It should be treated by adults seriously.
Okay,
No,
Ava.
So, Douglas, it's...
Sorry, what exactly is going on? Like, that is crazy. Using children as what? Like, what guys, in fact, I am what exactly is going on? Let's go on.
Really important, actually, all of that point that you've just brought up. It's very on brand for you because, you know, you like to stoke fear. You've actually made a career out of it. I'll take you back to your book, The Strange Death of Europe, and you made a big fright. You know, you frightened the entire public about your thoughts on Europe, and we ended up in Brexit. You weren't the sole contributor to that, but you were a big
Can we
voice
stick
in
on
that.
to the
I will. And then, you know, now we're talking
quickly.
about LGBTQ,
If I may say so
and you're
very
creating.
quickly,
Hang on, you spoke.
Let us talk. Let us
talking.
I'll
talk.
reply.
This is. I mean,
And I'll reply.
Hello. I haven't
Let
finished.
Ava speak, please.
Now, back
Douglas.
on the trans issue, when you're talking about LGBTQ, what you've just done there is basically say that the whole of America, who have historically had a problem with gay marriage, are now turning on it because a couple of children in a classroom in Sussex want to be a cat. If you can't see the ridiculousness in that argument, I can't help you.
No.
The bigger issue
first of
is
all, I must
there is no
respond
such
to
thing
Ava,
as gender
Piers.
ideology. We
I
all
must
have
respond
gender
to
identities. You identify as a man, and I fully respect you.
Well, no, hang on. I don't identify as a man. I was born a biological male.
Yes.
That's where this whole thing
Piers, you need to let me
goes
come in.
rogue. I'll bring you back in, Douglas, in one say. That's where the whole debate goes rogue. You were born a biological male. You were born a biological female. Douglas, biological male. This is just a fact. Right?
No.
Once you start saying there are hundreds of genders and you can identify as anything you want, you're going to end up with kids at school going, "I'm a horse," and you've got to treat me like a horse.
That's
Piers, you're
crazy.
confusing two things.
No, I'm not.
Sex and gender.
I'm not.
I
because
accept
they are being conflated.
biological sex is one thing which I totally accept, and so do 99% of the people in the LGBT plus community. Gender is something different. Gender identity is how you see yourself.
And do you believe it's limitless?
No, I don't believe it's limited.
What's the limit?
Well, there is basically male and female and intersex, but there are people who have different gender identities.
No, but how many genders are there?
Well, there is no fixed number.
So what's the limit?
I don't see a particular limit.
There's no limit. So when you said there's no, you said
No.
there is a limit. Now you admit there's no limit.
Sorry.
That's crazy.
Well,
There is male and female
is there a limit or not to the number of genders?
Identity.
No, that's sex.
But
gender, is there a limit to number of genders?
Well, there are some people who are asexual. That's an identity.
There are
some
the BBC has put in education videos. There are 100 plus genders.
Well, I don't agree with that.
So what is the limit? What's the number?
Well, I'm not going to specify a particular number, but it's,
Right.
it's very small.
But where do
Very
you
small.
draw the line?
Well, I draw the line based on science and evidence. And we know that there is a thing called intersex, where people are born with a mixture of both
That is
male,
literally what it says
both,
on.
both
That's what it
male
says
and
on the
female.
tin. That is intersex.
Yeah.
People are born with chromosomes from both.
Yeah.
Right. That is a medical condition.
Yeah.
That's inarguable. Right. We're talking about gender.
But
Douglas,
trans identity is also a biological fact.
I know, but once I
rooted in brain structures and processes.
I understand it, but once
as the new science shows.
But once you get into 100 genders, people can
we're not
literally
debating 100 genders.
Well, actually, the BBC has taught kids. This is back to Douglas's point about affecting the brains of impressionable young kids.
Well, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the BBC if they're saying
Okay.
100 plus genders.
Okay, Douglas.
Very quickly, I don't know, Ava, anything about your career. I don't know if you have one. But you did try to imply that you knew something about mine, and you just showed you know nothing about it, because actually my 2017 bestseller, The Strange Death of Europe, was not about the EU. So you should learn at some point to read more than the title of the book before commenting upon it.
It was about
so
migration.
Let me very quickly...
And how rude are you? How rude are you?
Very
You've
quickly,
built a career out of fear-mongering, and you're now importing those evangelical American ideas onto UK television.
You haven't even
It's
built
very
a
odd.
career, have you? You haven't
What are
even
you
built a
talking
career.
about? I'm on the
let me
same panel
finish
as
for
you,
a
Hun, and we're
second.
getting the same...
Do you know what? I'm going to wrap it up by saying you've both got wonderful careers, or you wouldn't be on Piers Morgan
Exactly. What are you guys saying? The way they're just attacking each other. What exactly are you guys saying? Oh my god. The other guy was like, you haven't built a career. Like, what? That was deep. Because if you haven't built a career, you wouldn't be on Piers Uncensored. Like, it's not just any other person can come on this show, right? So why is he saying you haven't built a career? Like, that is crazy. Okay, so now, the story itself, they said, classroom identity crisis. Pupils are reportedly identifying as horses, cats, and dogs. Is this really happening? Is this really happening? Like, why would you identify those poor kids as horses, cats, and dogs? Who in their right mind does that? Are you sure the teacher wasn't high on High on what now? Are you sure the teacher wasn't high on some kind of drugs? Because why would anyone in their right mind identify a human being as an animal? We are totally different from horses, cats, and dogs. And the other man was saying, "Oh, I could decide to identify as a horse." Why? Like these things, to me, they're just crazy, unrealistic, and so stupid. Like he was saying, there are different sexes. You like, gosh, some of them were just saying, "Oh, they are different." The other one was saying there are so many this, that. Like, gosh, it's insane. It's insane. Homosexuality, all those things, gayism. I don't believe in such things. I don't believe in such things. And I know that the world is already like accepting them. I don't believe that anybody is born gay. Anyways, it's just my opinion, okay? So it's my opinion. It doesn't mean if you decide to be gay, I won't judge you. At the end of the day, it's your life, right? It's your life. You own your body. But for me, I am totally against it. I don't believe in it. Okay, so something happened recently in Nigeria, in my country. I always talk about my country, this is where I am. So yeah, something happened, and there was this event, and they wanted to they wanted to give the best they wanted to give the most best female, the most best dressed, most the best dressed female, right? The best dressed female. Guess who they gave it to? They gave it to a gay. He's a guy, but he transformed himself into a woman. And they gave him the best dressed female. Firstly, he's not a female. He's a male dressed as a female. And he won. He won best dressed female. Till today, people are still talking all over the internet about this issue. His name is Bobrisky. I don't know if you guys know about this. And there was another lady that actually dressed so well. Papaya. She spent so much money on her outfits, but she didn't win. But Bobrisky went ahead to win an award that was meant for a female. Like, ow. Ow. So many people were crazy, were going mad on the internet. Like, why would an award meant for a woman be given to a gay? I don't have anything against gazing, but no matter what you do, you're still a man, right? Look, no matter how much you want to deny your gender, you are still that gender that you were born with. If you like, remove everything, whatever. All those things are surgeries. They are plastic surgeries. And when you get older, those things will start having effects. You can't live with it forever. I think the other man was saying there are so many genders in the world, there are over 100. I'm like, what exactly is this man talking about? They were basically just attacking themselves on the show, but regardless, it was fun watching this. So what do you guys think about this video? Drop your comment down below. I totally enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did, give it a huge thumbs up. And if you're new here, join the gang, join Veracity. Hit the subscribe button below, turn on the post notification bell so that you can always be the first person to know whenever a new video drops. And with that, guys, see you in the next one. Bye.